Hi guys, welcome to Code Bashers. Guys, in this video, I will be discussing the latest Infosys interview experience. This interview happened recently only on 8th of Feb 2022. So kindly make sure that you do not skip any part of this video because all the questions are very important for you for preparation. Guys, if you have not subscribed this channel till now, please subscribe it because I post regular updates on different companies which are hiring, as well as I generally discuss the questions as well as the interview experiences of those companies. Now you can see that here is an Infosys interview experience playlist on my channel in which I have already posted 18 videos, and this is the 19th interview experiences of Infosys that I am covering. So in this playlist you can find the Infosys interview experience for all the profiles, that is there is SC profile also, DSC profile also, as well as the higher role PP profile also. And some of the interview experiences for which I am not able to make the video, I generally post them on my telegram groups also, as well as I have my blog channel also. All the links you will find in the description box. Make sure that if you are preparing for the Infosys interview, make sure to go through this entire playlist, then also visit my site, and then also join my Telegram groups also, because many interview expenses are also posted there. All the relevant links you will find in the description box. So guys, now let's start this video, and before starting the video, kindly hit the like and subscribe button for this channel. Okay, so guys, the branch of my friend was information technology, that is IT. The duration of the entire interview was 20 minutes. The date of the interview was 8th February 2022. Okay, so the first question that was asked from him was which language you prefer. So he said that he prefers Java. So for this question, you can answer anything that you are comfortable in. You can say C++, Python, Java, any language that you are comfortable in. Do not lie anything. Do not say that yes, I know Java just for the sake of saying, because next few questions will be from Java only and you won't be able to answer. Then it will be a very big mistake on your side. So kindly for the interviews, prepare one language, learn the OOPS concepts from them for them, and go for the interview. And guys, one more thing you have to notice that, see, in many of the interviews the first question is generally to introduce yourself, but in this interview you can see that the interview directly asked that which language you prefer. So it also depends on interviewer to interviewer, but you also must prepare introduce yourself section also for you. Okay, so Java was his answer. Okay, next question was why do you prefer Java over other programming languages, what are its advantage? So anything you are preferring, that let's suppose I prefer C++, so why I prefer C++, is it simple or what is the reason? So you must know the advantage of the thing that you are using. So you can say that Java is simple, secured, robust, as well as Java is platform independent. So many of you are confusing, and it is a separate question also asked in the interviews, that whether a Java is a platform independent or dependent. So many of you get confused here also. So Java is a platform independent language. So I hope these points are clear to you for this particular question. Now, next question is explain JDK, JRE, and JVM. So guys, if I try to explain the entire thing in this video, then this video will be very long. So for that purpose, what I will do, I will give this link in the description box. It is a Geeks for Geeks link. You can, when the differences of JDK, JRE, and JVM are given in detail. So kindly visit this link. Again, I will give this link in the description box. So I hope this question is clear to you. Next is what are wrapper classes. So guys, those of you who have studied Java must know that this is a very common concept, that is wrapper classes. So a wrapper class is a class whose object wraps or contains primitive data type. I know this definition is not clear to you. In other words, we can wrap a primitive value into the wrapper class. So what are the primitive data types? First of all, in Java you can see there is a char data type, short, int, long, float. So these are the primitive data types that are available in Java. So what we can do, we can wrap these primitive data types one by one to their respective wrapper classes. So for the primitive data type of char, there is a wrapper class that is present in Java that is known as character. So what we are doing, wrapping means we are wrapping a primitive data types into a class. So that is known as a wrapper class. So I hope this particular thing is clear to you. Now for the wrapper class, there are two more concepts, that is I think that is auto boxing and unboxing. I do not remember the exact names, but these are the two concepts which are also asked in the interview. So kindly, if you are studying the wrapper classes from net, then study about auto boxing and unboxing also. So I hope this question is also clear to you. And guys, if you have not subscribed this channel till now, kindly subscribe it and hit the like button, and also share it among your friends who are having the Infosys interview. Okay, next question was to write the code for the bubble sort. So many of you, in many of the interviews, the questions are asked, and sorting algorithms and searching algorithms, these two algorithms are very important as compared to the interviews. So many of you ask whether you have to share the screen or how you will be writing the code. So sometimes what happens, the interviewer asks you to share the screen and open any online editor on which you will type the code. But sometimes if you're not able to share the screen, he or she, the interviewer asks you to write the code on the chat box that is given on the meet on which the meeting is happening. So for interview purpose, what you should know all these basic sorting algorithms, that is bubble sort, selection sort, um, there is merge sort, quick sort. So these are the basic sorting algorithms that you must know, and there are two searching algorithms that you must know, that is linear search and binary search. So these are the some questions about sorting and searching thing which are directly asked in the interview, and you must know their algorithm and the code. So for you, this is the algorithm that I have written for the bubble sort, that is if you have to sort the elements in the ascending order, so this is how you will be writing it. So I hope this question is also clear to you. Next is what are some models of SDLC? So SDLC stands for Software Development Life Cycle. So it is a complete subject in an engineering. If you are an engineering student, so you must know at least the names of the models. So there is waterfall model, there is prototype model, iterative model is there, spiral model is there, and agile model is also there. So you must have studied about these things during your engineering time. So these questions can also be asked from you in the interview. So I hope this question is clear to you. Next is explain the waterfall model and what are the steps involved in the waterfall model. So the questions generally from the SDLC are not asked, but for the purpose of studying it, you can simply study about every model. So just take 3 to 4 common models that are present and study about them, because if the questions from SDLC will be asked, then the questions will be from model only. So I hope this thing is also clear to you. For this waterfall model, again I will give the link in the description box. Make sure to visit it, as there is a complete article, a detailed study about the waterfall model. So links are present in the description box. Now moving to the last question of this video, that is difference between a string and a string buffer in Java. So the major difference between string and string buffer is that strings are immutable. Now what is the meaning of immutable string? So for example, you have a string, so let's just suppose you have a string S that contains code in it. So let me just vary the size. Okay, just a second. Okay, so S is equal to code. This is a string. Now you cannot do S of 2 like in C++ or different language. You cannot do like this. S of 2 is equivalent to, let's suppose, D. So this will be a complete wrong approach. So this is what a string there is in Java, that is it is immutable. And string buffer is opposite, that is string buffer is mutable. Now string buffer you can do like this. S of not SF2, but there is a proper syntax of it. You can just study on Google, but the main concept here is that strings are immutable and string buffers are immutable. Now the next major difference between the two are the speed. Strings are slower but string buffer is fast. And again strings consumes large amount of memories, whereas string buffer consumes less amount of memory. So string buffer is fast, less memory is used, and it is mutable. And string is immutable, it is slow and it consumes more memory. And the last difference between that is that where string is stored. So string is stored in the constant pool area, and string buffers are stored in the heap memory. So I hope these differences are clear to you, and this was the last question of this video. But guys, if you are preparing for the Infosys interview, then you can watch all the videos that I posted on my playlist as well as on my blog channel. They will be really helpful for you, because many questions in such companies, in such roles, get repeated. So make sure that you do not skip any video that I have posted or I will be posting in future. So kindly hit the like and subscribe button for this channel, and do share it with your friends. Thank you for watching this video.